Good morning. Good freaking morning. Good morning. Let me just share this here. I got something to tell you. Okay. The skies are blue. Let me just share this over here. I'm almost done. The reason why I'm late is because I don't know. Hold on. All right. So in this channel, we talk a lot about how I pretty much don't give a damn about the news. And we talk a lot about support and resistance. But wait a second. I'm actually forgetting to be thankful because yes, while I already made money, I'm deep in the green, and I just want to thank God for all that. Just the fact that I even get to wake up here every single morning. And while yes, some days it's definitely not, you're not gonna be a winner every day, but you can turn even a red day into a winning day by simply just learning and by simply growing as a person altogether. So I just want to be very, very grateful about that, and I want to express my gratitude towards my God. So I wonder if anybody could have bought this dip without thinking about the numbers, without thinking about what the fuck President Trump said yesterday, without thinking about what the overall negative view of the overall market is, right? And I sit here and I preach to you about not caring about numbers, rather caring about levels. So I was already long this whole move. I took one long, okay? Well, I was on two accounts, but I took this long of 85. I added one there, and I also added one at 75. This was the break below that 73. You can see that dip right here. Look at this. This is called a trap. If you're not trading the trap, well, then I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but this is all I talk about here. The trap. 3 to 5 points. 73's level of support. We got to 68. Okay. Do the math. Give or take, it's about around that. So we squeezed right back up. Obviously, it was a very fast squeeze up. I got filled at 75.25, and I added another one at 85. And I took one, take a guess where? 91. This was where you got to understand that just because that's a trap doesn't mean that I knew that we were going to squeeze this much. I mean, we're still going. We are still going. But regardless of that, what I want to tell you is I knew 91 was a level of support. We talked about this level yesterday. We were in this level 91 yesterday. It was support. We attempted a breakout. We broke back down and we bounced from a major level of support, which I also mentioned on this stream. Okay. Next, you can see this, even this M. Look at it. The same pattern, the M for McDonald's. Okay. Boom. A level that's heavily tested breaks down. All right, fine. So now, very simple. I wait for a trap to the bottom because that's going to indicate to me where that reversal is going to come in, or where essentially where we're trapping, right? So I took that long there, and I am already up 1256 on this account here. This is on the combine. Remember, we were trying to pass. By the way, we are officially passed on that combine there. So it's done. I got no more combines. It's pretty much done. We were also long on the XFA. Oh my, it's been a wonderful morning for me, I gotta tell you. Um, I'm super grateful about everything. So we already passed this combine. I'm already deep in the green all across. I don't know. All I gotta tell you is if you're not trading this traps down here, you're missing out. And yes, while I can come here now and it looks like I'm just talking in hindsight, I am not. I recorded the whole damn thing. Maybe I'll be posting it up later. I show there all my entries. I talk out exactly what I'm waiting for ahead of time, and it is all recorded. I just didn't stream it because, well, my stream start at 9, and honestly, I don't mind. Like I said, this is where I make my money from, and yeah, it wasn't time for me to stream. It just is what it is. I stream from 9 on, but obviously, this could have played out differently, but it didn't. That's why you just got to take your shots. Right now, basically what I'm looking at is, I would tell you, eating dogs and cats. Exactly. That's why it's like I don't want to pay attention to none of that stuff. I did watch it though. I'm not an American, but I still watched it. Just because I'm always interested in I don't know what the States is doing, because it kind of influences the market too, right? But either way, this is looking like a one giant trap to the downside currently. all this. Okay, and that is one giant trap currently to the downside. We're doing the V for victory. You can see that right there. Okay, I call it the V for victory because, well, that's kind of what it looks like. It's a victory lap. Boom. So the thing is, I would probably waiting for a back test of 91. If you do this with me, remember we had this on my chart yesterday here? You remember this? I don't know if you remember, but this 91 area here. I have these boxes here not because I need them, okay? I have them because it shows the illustration of the level. So you can see the denial there. You can see it again. You can see it again. You can see we attempted a breakout above it yesterday, and then that began the dump, okay? We got denied there again. We got support, turning it into support here. We turn it into support there again, and then we broke it down. Do you start to see how this level is becoming a very, it's a magnet to the market? We get bounces, we get reversals from there. But this is the major key here. This is how I knew to be buying at a CPI. This is how I knew it. This major level is being played out. It's a used up toy. So right now, if we were to dip back down to 91, be cautious on that. But what I'm trying to say, it's a used up level. How did I know to be buying as opposed to looking at a short? Again, I don't care about numbers. It's irrelevant to me. You might have an argument that I should be looking at them, but honestly, you do you and I'll do me because it doesn't matter to me. Look over here. This is one giant trap that we have set up since September 10th, which would be yesterday at 12 o'clock. We get this kind of other little trap down here. We flush these lows here. I mean, come on, like, I don't know. You got to take it level to level. I know that on a big macro level, there were people on Twitter I was reading about yesterday. I probably should start a Discord because, not to throw shade or anything, but there are people on this on Twitter that were bearish today for whatever holy reason, or because whenever rate cuts come in, the stock market tends to dump. Like, who cares? Just let it go. Like, stop fighting the trend. And that goes for a lot of people on Twitter. I'm not gonna call out names, but just in general, if you feel bearish, why do you feel bearish? Just ask yourself that question. Why do you feel bearish? Has the market given you any significant evidence to make you feel that way? Have you looked at the daily candles? Have you looked at the weekly candle? Have you done your homework? Do you feel confident about your analysis on the market? If your answer is no, well, then you should do some homework, right? Like we can always educate ourselves here. Look at this daily candle here. Look at this. This is the daily candles here. Do you know that the stock market can't just go up, right? Like, we cannot just physically go up. We need to get dips, and then we can go up. Then we need to get dips. I don't know about you, but this looks a whole lot of that. We go up, we get the dip. We go up, we get the dip. We go up, up, up. This is a nice trend. We get a big dip. And then now it looks like we're going up, up, up. We're getting another dip. Could we be going up, up, up? Probably. That's the trend, it seems like, right? But based on that analysis, you can basically gather levels in between there where you can engage the market in. So the reason why I'm completely getting off track here is because, one, I cannot physically tell you here that it's a good spot to be buying long or short. Because, come on, how are you going to short this choo-choo train? Right? You're not. Like, even you can try, but the market's gonna tell you. The market will show you if you're right. But I would just wait for this back test here. If I'm even gonna risk any more of my money today, it would have to be potentially at this 91. Because as we already discussed, 91 is becoming this kind of magnet in the market, right? So any further action there is potentially worthwhile as long as we get a nice dip to 91, perhaps maybe even like a 2-point dip. So like maybe 1, 2, not a big one, and then a reclaim of it. That would be number one. Okay. But of course, we can always get the back test, take the long up there and looking for the move back up. You cannot just long here. Of course you can. Okay. Don't listen to what I'm saying. It's not financial advice. You can long it here. But you're guessing at that point, my friend. You're guessing if we're going to continue to go up. The long trigger is down here. Down here, even at the reclaim of 80 is a long trigger. The reclaim of a 91 is a long trigger. Right now, we're just trying to break through resistance. It's an opposite picture. Now we're breaking resistance. I want to see a support get broken and get back above that support because I know that we've have gathered liquidity to the downside. My mistake here is not leaving a runner, which I got to do that better. My XFA could still have a runner here. Absolutely. Who cares? I got to get better with runners, though. Like, the problem is, like, if I'm long 73, right, I'll be like, okay, my first target is 90. Okay. I'll add one at 80. I'm like, okay, I take one at 90. I took one at 95 because I know O2 is resistance, right? So I'm like, I just don't know if we're going to go quite up there. Boom, it goes right up there. But I got to stop looking at my runners this way. I got to look at them in the sense of I'm long one at 75, one at 80. I took one out at 90. And the next one, the stop goes at break even. It just hurts. Like when you're up, let's say 1,000, right? Let's just put it numbers easy. You're up 1,000. You take $500 profit, and then you have the other one go break even on you, and then you're only up 500 on the day. It hurts to swallow, but that's kind of what pains me with doing that strategy. I know it's the better one, leaving the runner at break even. It is the better one, but sometimes it just doesn't play out, and when it doesn't play out, it kind of triggers me. So I'm okay with locking it in, I think. I can always get back in long, right? Like if we do get a nice dip, I can always get back in long. So we added another XFA to the arsenal today. I like it. I like it. I don't like doing the big accounts, the 150. I just got so used to this 50,000 ones. I don't know why. They cost more money, I think, overall, right? But that's okay. I should put up that video, actually. I think it was pretty good because I was long in that trade a while. And I had to kind of hold through this kind of dip and stuff, right? Which wasn't a big dip. I wonder if someone's gonna be surprised if I put up the video later. Maybe you were trading in hindsight. I love when people say that. Trading in hindsight. Okay, get this trend lines out of here. I'm just waiting for a dip. I can't really buy this here. O2 was, I think we tagged this level yesterday, did we not? Yeah, we did. This is where we got reversal yesterday. You can see this happened yesterday right here. So like I said, we're trying to chew through this resistance level at O2 right now. So I don't like getting long below our resistance. You know that by now, I think. Oh yeah, my water. That's nice. I already did 2 XFA activation videos. I mean, they're gonna get boring after a while. I think I'm over making those now. I'm gonna start making videos with support and resistance, the way I analyze them, how I draw my trend lines. That's gonna be the next wave of videos. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out how to better edit videos and how to. I'm actually even looking at hiring someone so that they can kind of edit things a little bit, because I have these ideas, right, of how I want to kind of, I guess, put out content, and I can't really do it on my own. I'm trying to, but it's a little bit difficult because I know how to edit video in general, but basic video, not like fancy stuff that I kind of want to do. You'll miss the dip. I know, she brought it for me today. She saw like up there, she saw that I forgot it, and then she brought it. Maybe I should leave. Like that the market dips, so I can probably buy it. Because we're just kind of going up, which is inevitable now, but let me take these entries out of here. But then, like, I don't want to be showing, I don't want to do too much videos of like support and resistance in terms of like that I'm trying to teach or anything, I guess. But I mean, I guess maybe, I don't know. I'm selling that iffy ground where, I don't know. Raf. Hey, Hernandez, we got the same last name. I don't know if that's coincidence, but we got the same last name. So, Discord and strategy would be nice. I'm thinking about it, right? I know people are gonna be like, ah, blah blah blah, but in hindsight, right? But like for example, right now, if I hadn't taken this long here, let's assume because I'm not gonna take every single long. I'm not in a computer all day just sitting here, right? If I tell you, oh, look at this, this is the trap. You take the long after we reclaim this level, right? If I don't trade it, I don't really have evidence to prove to you that, you know, this is how I do it. Today I traded, I recorded, I have the whole content there, which is nice. But it's not every time that I'm going to be able to do that. Because it might be out. I might not even trade it. But rather, I guess I just want to explain to you this particular setup here, the trap. Because you got to understand, it's not... The trap is a fancy word for essentially saying grab liquidity. The market needs liquidity. And take a wild guess what was below this 73 and pretty much all the way down here. All this was one giant trap to grab the stops of the longs. If we understand that the market needs liquidity, right? So you're going to take the stops of the longs. Anybody who's been long, look at it. They all just got taken out. All these guys are all officially out of the game. That's a lot of liquidity for the market, right? All right, so now that they got taken out, what do you also think ends up happening on this dump? It ends up making people believe that the market's going lower, and the short, especially the weaker hands that don't really understand anything, they just see the candle print red, right? Those shorted, and where are their stops? Their stops are going to be back above here, back above here, back above here. Now, when the market grabs the stops of the longs, it squeezes back in, catches the shorts offside, and then what does it do? It grabs the stops of the shorts, and then there's the final and ultimate trick to the market. In my opinion, this is what ends up setting these squeezes. Guess what was left above here? Above this 91. Even since yesterday. Take a wild guess what was left here. Stops on shorts who are still short from last night. That's a lot of liquidity for the market. And then that creates exactly what you're seeing. These V's for victories. These whole thing of a wave of a move. And then yes, you can trade inside here. You can come here and read the candles. You can come here and do whatever fancy stuff works for you, right? But my job isn't to be all fancy and be a mathematician with this. Rather, just understand that. If you understand this, you're at the forefront of the move. Like, why do I need to chase price up here? Why do you want to chase price here? You want to be here. This is the land right there to be in. You want to be there, baby. That's it. That's it. And then taking profit early, that's a good problem to have. Salvadorian. You're saying you're El Salvadorian too. If you're El Salvadorian, that's creepy. Well, actually, no, that's not creepy because there's a lot of El Salvadorians with the last name Hernandez. What are the odds, I guess I would say. I should do the Discord though, because yesterday overnight, do you remember? Again, see, this is where the hindsight might come in a little bit, but we did talk extensively on the stream yesterday over this 48.50 level. We talked about it a lot. We said, I told you, I'm like, that's the major level I want to engage at here. And what ended up happening? Not all traps look the same. They all don't look wiki. They look wiki when we got news because market's very volatile. But when it's not very volatile, you can get something like this, right? You got the failure of it, and then some kind of, you can even argue a kind of a double bottom there. And then, but again, I wouldn't trade the double bottom. None of that crap. I look at the levels. 58 was the level of support. We flush, we reclaim. And look at that. That was the beginning of the move. And how many times did we trap to the downside? Once. Only one time all day. Just one time. And that's why I was getting long at this particular level here yesterday, when we got above this 73 or 82, I believe it was. But it didn't work out. I was too aggressive on it. It is what it is. That's why it's always good to wait for some acceptance. So, for example, right here, right? You don't want to just get long expecting for that break above here. You need to wait for it to actually break. And then we did it one time yesterday. Your mom, you were born here. No way. So your mom's a Salvadorian, you were born, I'm guessing, here in El Salvador, or like here as in Canada? Well, either way, I mean, your last name's Hernandez, so I instantly like you. We got the same last name. I'm wondering if I could activate this XFA already. I would like to grow this account today if I could, but I think I have to wait for Top Step 2. Because the way Top Step works is you gotta wait till I guess 5 o'clock. No, more 4. You gotta be out of your positions by 4:15. LA. You're born in LA. I live in Canada. I just moved. I'm living here in El Salvador for now. I've been here for almost 6 months now. Uh, yeah, but I'm normally out of Canada. I'm gonna be returning. I don't know. I don't want to, but I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I like it here, but I also kind of miss certain things from Canada. I will say, like, I guess the lifestyle's just different. But then I start to think it's either lifestyle or life quality because there's two different things. I like it here better. I like to live wise, more freedom. But over here, you can't really have nice things. I will say that. Like, for example, I will sometimes think about, okay, if we stay here, you buy, like, okay, in Canada, we had a Mercedes, right? A nice SUV. But if you if you buy that here, the people over here, it's a disaster. I don't know if you've ever been down here to El Salvador or not, or anybody. Oof. It's a disaster when it comes to driving. Somebody can scratch your car without even a problem. Like, I I have this car here, right? It's a little Hyundai thingy. Somebody already rear-ended it at the parking lot. They've already hit it. I was driving the other day and I had no idea that you couldn't make a left in a particular street. But my map, Google Maps, is telling me to make a left. So I make the left. And there was this bike, because I guess he had to kind of move around, which they always do. But because I was trying to do the left, he goes and he punches the mirror. I'm like, oh my God. How can you ever have something nice here? Like, think about it. You buy a nice car and then you go to the mall or something and somebody re-rents it. And don't be expecting insurance. Yeah, no, there's definitely no more of them. Zero, buddy. It's more. I feel more free here than in Canada. At 2 in the morning, I've already been, pretty happy to say the least. Walking around in areas that before you could never really dare to kind of walk, and they're nice areas in general. And yeah, nothing. I walk around here with my gold chain. I walk around with everything. Like I live as I lived in Canada without fear. Market's gonna open on up. I'm here getting sidetracked just because I'm in the green, but I know you want to hear about levels. You want to talk about the stock market, because that's what we're actually here for. So let's just do the crystal ball indicator. I know we already gave it quite a bit of time, so it's got enough information, I think. Yesterday it was, are we going to pump, I believe? Again, I'm just not willing to engage here because I understand that we're at a level of resistance. This is where we got denied yesterday, so not all excited just yet about buying here, right? So will we dump at market open? At the market open. Got 2 minutes left for the market to open. No. So Crystal Ball is not willing to say pump. I mean, no dump. Okay, so then does that mean we're gonna pump? Does this mean we will pump a market open? Surely. I don't know, Crystal Ball. We're right at the level of resistance. Are you sure? But all right, so Crystal Ball saying we're gonna pump. Is 54.91 support going to hold if we dip? But then again, she's not really saying we're gonna really dip or dump. I mean, let's see. I don't know, Crystal Ball. It kind of gave me a weird reading this morning. Now I guess she's not calling for a dump, but she doesn't think 54.91 is gonna hold. So how does that make sense? All right, market's gonna open on up again. Look at this. We're getting denied right at 07, which is kind of just slightly above yesterday's high. You can see that right there. And we're going back into the O2. We know that area here is resistance. It should not come as a surprise if we do pull back to 91. You move to Tennessee. I hear it's a nice place. I got some family that live there, and they tell me it's nice. All right, so that level of resistance kind of holding up right now. Can we pull back? Like I said, 91 is first level of support down there if we do get any type of pullback. And we knew this was resistance. That's why I was not calling over any longs or anything like that. I'm just at a level of resistance. You cannot get long. You do not know if we're gonna break through it. So that's another thing I love about technical analysis. It can just keep you out of certain areas you don't want to engage in. Of course, I could have been like, yeah, okay, so if it's resistance, why don't I short it, right? You have an argument there. But I just don't take them because I just don't. I need to see weakness. So we're at 91. I would be very cautious again about buying this dead on because we are just kind of dumping, right? So oh, I don't know. We got down to 89. That's 2 points below that 91. I'm debating it. If I hadn't traded already, would I have taken that long? Well, I mean, in hindsight right now, it's looking like a pretty darn good long right there. Do I do Zoom classes? Like stock market classes? If it's stock market classes, no. I do not do that. Strategy classes. No, I don't. I just put out content, right? Like videos in general explaining what I'm looking for, how I look at the market. And of course, I got this live stream here, which you can ask me pretty much anything. I guess it becomes like a class, and it's all free. Even if I do the Discord, I would totally it would be free. I would literally just be doing it because it's a passion of mine trading. I absolutely love what I do, and if I could provide some type of value to you, why not? Like, All right, I'm debating this 90 here over here. This 91, look at it. It's kind of holding up nicely. Although I would say that I would probably take a break even. Just because we're either going to bounce from here or we're not. So I would not be wanting to risk too much capital here. So I'm looking at it. I'm not excited just yet. I would like to see a candle close above 91 first. We kind of got this test right. This is kind of the way I got long yesterday without getting a candle closure first. And it kind of did exactly this to me yesterday. So I learned a little bit. I'm like, just always wait for that little extra confirmation. It's never a bad idea, Leo. And the crystal ball, I would say, is very long, very wrong. It's been wrong the last couple of days. And look at that resistance of O2. It's becoming a trap, and a trap by itself on its own. Look at this like this. Let me point this out. You can see this. This is the 15-minute chart here. This was the high of yesterday that we were just talking about. This O2 is where we got stuck at, right? This was yesterday's high. I cannot lie about this. This is what I love about price in general, and why I say price is king. The high of this candle was 55.06, meaning that that was the high of yesterday, right? Yes, it was. So what did we end up doing here? Look at this. On a 15-minute scale, we have basically squeezed above it. And as I always talk about, 3 to 5 points. 06 was the high of yesterday. We got to 07.25. So not too far off. But again, we got a little bit of a dip to the upside, a squeeze to the upside. We get back into the 06. So perhaps that is going to become a trap on its own. And look at that. That is the beginning of this entire reversal back on down. So that's what I look for. Unfortunately, I don't really take this on the shorter side because we could have gone here and then we would have just squeezed up higher. Of course, we didn't this time, but look at it. It's exactly the same picture. You see the support, got flushed, got reclaimed. You see the resistance, got sold above, got flushed. It's the same thing, just backwards. Look at it. It's exactly the same thing. They just, you can flip this the way you want. Either way, like, just sometimes they're wider, sometimes they're less. It's a little bit tricky, but again, you get the squeeze through it back into the range. Now this obviously low has to hold if we're going to continue going up right here. That low is the low of the current trap to the downside. So one of these has got to break now. Let me change this color here. Because the way I see it is there's two current traps. One at the bottom, one at the top, right? All right, so understanding this, I mean, my bias is we're going to go up. So I would probably buy 73. Or maybe that's 70, but that is a pretty darn good sell from up there. But it doesn't matter what happens. It's all about the levels. If I do risk any money, it would be 150, 3 points on this potential 73 buy. Below 73, we will start a good sell though, because that's the low of the trap I just showed you, right? You got the top, you got the bottom. Whenever which one breaks, that's going to be the direction, probably for maybe a day or two. Or of course, we could always flush it and then reclaim it, but that would be a little bit difficult. So I'm looking at a potential long of 73. Of course, it kind of depends on how we get there too. We are kind of in somewhat, which is waterfall. Well, then I can't really take that long, right? But The bleeding appears to kind of be slowing down for now, so that's good. Maybe we can just trickle down a little bit more. We're getting to the bottom of the range right now. Could we be doing one of these now? Something like that. Something like that. At the failure of that 73 and that 68, at that point is when you know that that Jenga block is failing, meaning a support has failed and we're going down. Until that support doesn't break, I'm still bullish on this. Or in other words, I'll be looking for buys. I know we got this nice dip here, but I wasn't going to short here, knowing support's 91. It's working beautiful today. It's a very volatile day. Remember, numbers came out and whatever, the market's doing whatever the market wants to do. But in the very simple sense, you know this is the top. This was resistance. And so far, this should be acting as the support at the bottom of the range. Like I said, I'm already very deep in the green. We passed the combine, the exit phase. Everything's good. So if I do risk, it's just one more trade. I'm done one trade today. I don't know if I do another activation XFA. I feel like it's too like redundant now. Too much of them. I don't know how that would be providing any value anymore. Oh my gosh, are they gonna go straight for the break of it? Let me see. Again, that's the low of that trap there. We cannot really fail that. I'll be risking 3 points on this. Nothing major. And I'm not getting long just yet. We got the dip to 70. That's about 2 points less below that 73. Wait for one candle to close, Leo. I'm just trying to wait for a candle to close at this 73. Like that, I know for sure that I won't know for sure, but I mean, at least that we're holding that level. Oh, come on, man. I'm waiting for some extra confirmation, but don't just squeeze now without Papa. Espérate. I shit you not. If I had bought that, it would have probably dipped. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. Wants to fill Papa at 73. Like, come on, man. Come on. On days where I want to be patient, wait for that confirmation, be good. Oh, doesn't even backtest. And on days where I hop on, it's like, ugh, I gotta hold through a little bit. So far, I kind of gave that little bounce there. We gotta get going now from this bounce. If we do tap back to 73, well, my stop's gonna be down here, right? At 69.50. At which point I would be getting out if the price does dip below that candle. But in hindsight, I should have already been long off that 73. I could have been with my stop at break even. I would have been chilling right now, relaxed. Need a haircut already. I cut my hair every single week. Every Thursday is a third haircut day. I don't like having my hair long. Below 73, we're gonna sell pretty nice. We already trapped another time here. Trying to see if anyone wants to backfill me. Come on, a little bit lower, baby. Like I said, be cautious on this. It's a 3-point stop. I'm not trying to risk too much on this. And yeah, so we're testing demand at this 73. I already longed this area when the numbers came out, so I'm just being cautious. Not trying to expect too much from it either, but staying cautious. Come on, give me at least 3 points on this so I can go break even. Not looking good, though. I got to tell you, not looking good. Come on, Bulls. We got to come in. They got to come in here. Like I said, below 73, I think we're looking at a potential dip, meaning short selling, but I'm not going to be expecting for this to break yet. Of course, it can break. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to short expecting the break. I'd rather buy until price tells me that we have broken, which is why I'm buying it a second time now on the day. Second time. Bombón asesino. I'm debating a break even. I just want to give it a little bit more time. Come on, break through the. If we break through these candles, but come on, baby, come on. It's a battleground here right now. It's a battleground. I could have cut it there, but like I said, I wanna give it some time and whatever happens. I'm happy with it either way. I'm acknowledging I'm buying this already for the second time, so we'll see. NQ is looking weak though. Looks like it wants to crack. The SPY is like, it's debating it because it knows below here we're going down. It knows. I mean, this is a pullback, right? But below that 73, we're probably going to trend down. There's a difference. Let's see. Can they do it? I don't like how we're just too many fake bounces above it. Come on, yes. Come on, baby. All right, take the loss on that one. Didn't work. I shouldn't have even bought it to begin with. Like I said, I had already bought that level there, but just because of how nicely in the green I am, I'm willing to take that extra buy there. But that's it. I'm done. I am completely done now. Didn't want to hold it. Didn't want to hold. You can see that there. We talked about that range there. Top and bottom. The trap is broken to the downside, so be careful. Now, we probably trend down very nicely, but oof. One, the two. But that, I think in terms of trading, that's it for me. 2 trades. Still up over 1250 on the account. And I'm done. You're done. You're too red on the day. 10 a.m. It's like it's a habit, right? You got to build it as a habit. I like working out a habit. For me, it's at around what was it, like between like 2 and 4, depending what I'm doing on that day. All right, so in terms of trading, that's it. I'm done. I don't want to overtrade. I already played it twice. One is a much larger win than the small loss I just took here of 3 points. Again, that's how trading should be. You take your shots, you walk away in the green, you're very happy. You should be a happy camper. You shouldn't be here trying to struggle with the market. Like, why? Why struggle with it? I should have seen this here, though. We got that bounce from there. I could have gone break even there. I just don't really like break even. It's like I always talk about here. I'd rather eat the loss than the break even. With the loss, the market's like, all right, take it. You know what I mean? But with a break even, oh, I got to commit to that trade every single time. This is not looking the best for the Bulls, though. They dropped the ball by letting 73 slip. They dropped it. They broke it down here. They even did a back test of 73 right there. You see that there. You got to watch what price does. Price tells us. Price tells us the hint. When I got long here, at that point in time, I made the best decision that I had, which was take the long up there. But then when I saw that weak bounces from there, I should have seen even this candle, the green candle. We closed below 73. I mean, that should have been the hint there. We back tested now. Now what? I'm going to show you the big picture here. Big picture, the hourly, or yeah, the hourly chart right now. You're kind of getting back into this chop area here. Between the major level down here, resistance up there. Look at this. That's a nice red candle there, though. You got to respect it. Look at this weekly candles. Look at that hammer candle down there. Wow. Even I was amazed when I saw that ripper back up. One red week so far. Out of the last 4, this week so far is green. Let's see where it can go. How far can it go? That's how I get my support resistance, and that's how I kind of get a big picture, right? You always got to look at big data. Weekly candles, daily candles, hourly candles. I don't do so much 4-hour time frames. I like the hourly, the daily, and weekly a little bit. For me, it's hourly and daily. I've got those 2 time frames down pat, I think. And then I trade looking for my interest on a I think I should have started the stream early today. Next time I might start it early. Because now I just got the video recorded, but it would have been nice to have it on the stream. That long here I took, it was just so sweet. It was amazing. That trap down there fucking worked out perfectly. I added up here, took profit right at the back test of that 90-95 area here. It's amazing. Even this short here. Look at that short there. We talked about this was resistance. I wasn't going to try to buy right below resistance, but in hindsight, I should have taken the short there at resistance. But it's difficult for me to short the choo-choo train. Choo-choo train, difficult. Below 79, even that was an entry. Sorry, 73. I think I'm done. I mean, I'm happy with 1250. I'm happy with that right now. I mean, why risk more, right? We already took that second loss. Sorry, that second trade, which was a loss. So one win, one loss. Walk away green, Leo. There's no need. I think so. I'm here talking out loud, by the way. If you, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm like, maybe you're saying too much or something, but it's what I'm thinking. I'm here debating if I should take another trade, but it's all about the levels. Right now, for me, I don't see any good long, and it's starting to trend down. Below 73 is gonna be that short trigger for me, or of course that level of resistance up there. But the problem with shorting resistance is that you're expecting supports to break, and it's easier for me to buy support like here and expect for this 80 to break, expect for that 90 to break. Now we're trending down. The next major level will be that 38. That's what we trapped from yesterday. This was yesterday's low, if I'm not wrong. September 10. No, 58 was that level I was talking about. We got down to 48.28, 48.50. I don't know if I'm entirely interested in this level, though. I'll be honest. The reason I'm not is because we already bounced from there yesterday. And if we're selling pretty nicely, I just don't know if we're going to hold that level. That's what I mean. Now that we're trending down and price is breaking, the Jenga blocks are breaking, then I can start to feel bearish. Then I can say, all right, I can probably, short up here and expect for that resistance to break. Which we did short. I forget which day it was. It was a rare short for me, but it worked out really nicely. And I ended up taking profit way too early, of course. So see, we do short sometimes. But majority, yes, 95% of my trades are all long. I like to go with the wave, the easy money, the easy stuff. And then when the longs don't work, that's fine. It's another day. Wait for another day. Like yesterday, I took 3 longs. I think it was 2 went green. That just didn't break even. 1 was just red. But then Thursday, Friday, Tuesday, today, they all work. So what I'm saying is, don't change your strategy. If you make money if you have one red day a week or whatever it is, Just make sure that red day's small. That's fine. You're entitled to have red days. Whatever trader tells you that they don't have a red day, they're lying to you. It is a lie. Everyone has a red day. Everyone. And I show it all here. You know when I have a red day. You know when I have a green day. And obviously, thankfully, I'm grateful that I'm much more green than red, but I'm just saying, like, don't change your strategy because of one red day. It's not wise. What was that saying? You live by the sword and you die by the sword. You live with your strategy and you die with it too. Both. But you gotta have small red days. Small. Small red days. I would actually argue that that's the key to becoming a funded trader, or whatever you want to do. Profitable trader. It doesn't matter. Think about it. You lose $500 today, fine. Today or the next day you make 1,200, 1,500. Good. Next day 1,200, 1,500. Good. Next day 800. Good. One small red day, 500. Okay, then you're back to the winning again. It's like your small losses. That's the key. When I started trading, my mentality was I want to make money, and that's why I was losing money. And then my mentality became, shit, I'm losing money, too much money. So now my mentality is, how can I not lose too much money? And at that point, that's when things changed for me, because I wasn't looking at making money anymore. I was looking at capital. I forget how to pronounce the word. I was looking at preserving my capital. So in other words, I was trying to basically lose consistently. I was like, how can I lose only $40 per day as opposed to 150, 200, 500, like fluctuations in my P&L. I want to lose consistently $40, $40, $30. Once I accepted that and I got better with my entries, it went from losing 30 consistently to making 80 consistently. And then all I had to do was change from micros, from the MES to ES, and then that $80 win becomes an $800 win. So you don't need to change the strategy to make more money. You need to change the product you to make more money, right? From micros to ES, to the minis. And if you want to make more money right now, or if I do want to make more money, all I need to do is add on another contract. I don't need to trade more, right? Like, traders have this perspective that to make more, you need to trade more. That is far from the truth. No, you need to just size up. Exactly. The best loser wins. And when I accepted that, because I hate losing, I'm a person that I always want to win, right? And maybe that was also a mental attitude of mine that was keeping me back, which was, look, I just took the loss there, right? Now I need to revenge trade with the market because I'm not even with the market. I have one good trade, but then I have one bad trade. Like, I need to be on top of the market. I need to be 2-1, right? Thinking about it actually kind of makes me even sad, because there was some weeks where I would have, let's assume, back in those days, it was a lot of profit for me. $800, right, on the week. And I would go back, and because of one bad trade on a Friday afternoon, I'll never forget this day. One bad trade on a Friday. I think it was like maybe 340, right before the algos came in. I took one loss of $200. I was up 800 on the week. The first week almost ever that I was up at that amount, right? This was very in my early days, right? And then I ended up losing all the 800. Plus, I ended up losing, I think it was another 400 or 500 that I still had on that account. So I gave back 2 weeks worth of profits in 20 minutes. I tell you that because I'm not proud of it. But at the same time, that pain always sinks back in here whenever I think about overtrading. It always comes back to me. So from that pain, we can grow as a trader. You can stop yourself when you're getting on tilt. You need to go through the pain so that you don't repeat it again. So Now, yeah, fine. Like, I'll make 800 bucks, no problem. But uh, that does not mean that I can afford to be losing 800. Does that make sense? Like, I think about that pain. You're like, no, don't do it. Anytime I want to overtrade, I think about those days. And that's why early days as traders is very important that we learn the right lessons. We learn how to lose. We got to become good losers. We will never beat the market. Never. And our job isn't to beat the market. Our job is to go with the market. Find a strategy that provides us with a 50-60% win rate. Have small losses. And then take bigger chunks out of the market. That's the way you win. That's the only way that you can beat the market. In a sense, beating. And that is by taking profit and not losing too much. That Friday was painful. I remember that Friday. But thankfully, since that Friday, I've never done it again. Of course, I can take a red Friday. Like, that's not a problem. But I don't over trade like how I used to. I used to trade like 30 times per day. Don't even ask me how it's possible. You might know yourself if it is or not, but I used to trade about 30 times per day. 30. Then I went down to 20. Then I went down to 15. And then I went down to 8 and I was feeling more happy, more better, proud, right? Now about 4, I don't know. The more I trade, the less I want to trade. 2 trades is plenty. 3, you're already starting to overtrade. And at 4, I've already gone on tilt, I think. It's not our job to catch every move. I catch this long here, right? I caught that long. And then I missed the short. I tried to buy this again. I got dumped on. That's fine. But again, I could have shorted at below there too. I missed it. Yes, I said we're trending very nicely below that level of support. That was the Jenga block that has failed now. So I could argue, well, then why didn't I short 73? Why don't I get short if I believe we're going down to the next level of support? It's because I don't want to risk any more money. It's not my job to catch this move to down here or this short from up here to down here. It was my job to identify this setup here, get long there, take profit at the next level of resistance, which is what I did. I've completed my job as a trader. I can now just walk away. People forget that trading psychology is probably more important than the trading itself. Like when I started to learn how to trade, the first thing I grabbed was a book. What was it? Steve Nyson, I believe his name is, Candlestick Charting 101 or something. Candlestick Charting. And well, yes, that obviously helped me grow knowledge, but perhaps the next book I should have grabbed was something to do with psychology, with the way that you manage your own emotions. There is a lot of really good books on that as well. One that I do like, what's it called? Yeah, I think I have it here as my audiobooks. I listen to audiobooks, okay? Audible. I have so many credits I still have to use. I'm kind of slacking on the reading, I'm not gonna lie. The Mental Game of Trading, that's what it's called, by Jared Tendler. Yeah, that's it. If you're ever in the mood, you can read that one. There's another one as well, Trading Psychology, Mastering Trading Psychology. And one that I do like, one of my all-time kind of favorites was, I forget his name. Because I read these books so long ago. I read them when I was like 15. And then yeah, like I said, I've been slacking a little bit now. But How to Win Friends and Influence People is another really good one. Oh, this one I heard it around, when was this? Last September. That was the last book I read. I'm ashamed to say that. I should be reading more, right? But now I'm on the Bible. But this one, Meditations. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. It's one of the greatest books I think I've heard about self-discipline and If you actually just read it yourself. If you have not, do yourself a favor, um, just do it. I love this book. It's definitely one of my all-time favorites as well. And this book I found when I was wanting to improve my psychology on trading in general. This one, there, meditations. You got to improve your psychology first. Once you start to improve your psychology, you will just by nature become a better trader. I don't know how, why, but it just you do. Another really good one is Outwitting the Devil. I forget I'm reading. I read all these things. That's a really creepy book, but it's good. Right now I'm on the Bible, the King James version. It's a very long one. What am I saying? No, I do read. I read like 12 books per year, 15, give or take that much. What was another one that I remember reading, which was really good? You should actually listen to it. If you never mind this whole stream about everything, take this book too, Meditations, and God damn it, I forget the names. I'm not good with their names, but I can tell you all the lessons and everything inside of it, pretty much. It's about energies. I forget. It's about energies. My gosh. It's such an amazing book. I can't believe I forgot the name of it. That one I don't have my Audible there. My gosh, what was it called? Let me see. And it's on YouTube too. I heard it on YouTube. It's free. This one you can get for free. Let me see. I think I know I did some stuff here with it. It's kind of different than the take on than like the law of attraction, right? It's a little bit different. It gives different thoughts on the way that we perceive the world, I guess. And about giving too much importance to certain things. You got to let go of basically holding something very important. Whenever you hold something dear to you and important, that's probably when things are going to go wrong. It's a very unique take on things. God damn it, I forget that name. Come on, Leo. Come on. Did I watch the Poon? You know what? I forgot it. I'm not gonna lie. I did forget about it. I will watch it though. It does sound very interesting. It piques my interest. It's just I did forget it. I'll watch it though. I will watch it. I'm struggling here to remember that name. I don't know if any of you ever read that book. It's well, I know I was watching that around December. That was my December book. There we go. I got it. I got it. That's it. Please, if you have not read this book, try. This is relating to trading in a way because it's about your mental state. I'm trying to see if I find you the video I have here. So this one's it. Reality transurfing. That's what it's called. Reality transurfing. Yeah, so if you ever want to read a good book when it comes to your mental, I guess, state, that would be one I would highly recommend. It is one that has, I guess, kind of changed the way I think too, but I mean, it all kind of, we don't know what's in the afterlife. We don't know how anything works, but one thing I can probably tell you is that energies are all around us. I can't explain them, but you can definitely feel them. And yeah, so that book attempts to do that. Look at that 73 breakdown. It's trending very nicely. Look at that. My gosh. So that's what I mean. Like, you might think that we would be FOMOing short at the break of that support just because it looks like we've been dumping, right? But in reality, that was the pullback, right? To test this level of support here. But we couldn't do it. So then that would be my short trigger here at the failure of that 73. And then boom, we go down. Oh my gosh, this thing is waterfalling. Oof. That short sell kind of hurts. Pretty easy. Short 73, look at that. Oh my gosh. It just keeps on dumping. Oh my goodness. We even lost that low from yesterday. We're definitely on knife catch mode now. Like that. I told you that 73 failure, that's when we start trending down. That's the bearish trigger right there for me. I'm already in the green. I can't take that. I don't want to take it. Might be looking Emmy too up here. Not really, but oof. Would have taken that short of that resistance of yesterday. Well, the crystal ball was wrong. Definitely, 100%. Well, see, I'm thinking about that Discord idea. I think I should do it. You know what? I know, I just didn't want to do it and then have like, 5 people there because I'm like, it could be boring too, right? I'm gonna have to be putting a lot of stuff there, and the idea of the Discord is that we all communicate with each other, right? But even after hours or whatever, I would like to see if we can get a few more members first, and then like that, it'll be a lot of different ideas from a lot of different people, right? And I won't feel so lonely. Got to do some more content, some more stuff to grow the channel even further. We're at 111 subscribers. I know it's a small amount, but I'm happy about the growth in general because for like 4 months I was stuck. And when I really was like, you know what? You got two options the way I see it, Lee. Or you actually attempt this thing properly or you don't. And well, I'm like, I'm not a quitter, so we're going to just do it. We got one video that I think has over 2,000 views now, so I'm happy about that too. And in general, what I want to see is trend upward, right? And right now it looks like I'm trending upward, so that's good. Because things can get exciting afterwards, right? Like even on the chat here and everywhere, like on the Discord, if I do end up doing, which I do want to do it, like that, I'm not gonna be there by myself with like, you know, two people and be like, yeah, well, I'm gonna buy here. But there's already been quite a few people that have asked me for the Discord too. Obviously, Antonio being the first one to bring it up. So I don't think it'll be quite lonely, but with time, everything will grow, right? So all in good time. Patience. I think we got a positive message we're trying to share. So anytime I don't know, I just believe that if we're trying to share a positive message, and I think I'm trying to display that support and resistance stuff, because I don't know anybody else that trades with support and resistance. That's why. I mean, there is probably, but I don't know. Not in the sense that I look at it. I've never heard anybody else say traps, breakdowns, and back tests. Well, traps maybe, but what do they refer to by traps? This short trigger for me is that 73. This is the first level. That's the Jenga block that fails. Yeah, and who else calls this game the greatest game of ping pong and Jenga? I don't know. It's my take, okay? So just to recap before I leave, this is what I'm looking for every single day on my setups. I'm already very deep in the green, so I'm just going to stay that way. This is a trap below a level of support, grabbing liquidity from all these longs who have been long. Look at that dump right there. Grabs liquidity from all these guys, all their stops. Then traps the shorts on the way down, squeezes back, catches all the shorts offside, and then we rip. Do I take profit up here? And then right here is where we got denied, which was above yesterday's high. Look at this right here. This was yesterday's high. It becomes a trap on its own. Yesterday's high was 06. We got to 0750, so we squeeze slightly above. We get back into 06, creating what's called the trap to the upside. Right there. We could not break yesterday's high. We get back into the range. I don't personally short the choo-choo train, but if you were going to take a short, that's as sweet as a spot as it's going to get. We want to be at the forefront of all these moves. You don't want to be late. You want to be at the front. And here we are with this nice dump. I take this 73 right here long. I do get take the loss there for 3 points, 150, a small amount. And below here, I understand that we are bearish. I would not short this thing above there. I know today it looks very nice to the downside, but this thing could have gone like this, like this, like that, like that, however the hell it felt like it. But it was a very nice sell to the downside. So that's why I don't really care how price breaks down. I care about the level breaking down. Below here, I'm bearish. And, well, I mean, were we bullish? Definitely not. And I'm not feeling bullish at all right now. So, Jenga is ping pong in Spanish. No. In Portuguese, it's just ping pong. So ping pong is obviously, you know, ping pong, right? Table tennis, whatever, right? And then the Jenga blocks, that's right there. That's the Jenga blocks. You know, when you stack up the blocks together and you're trying to just make that, I guess, higher. Well, that's what the market basically attempts to do, in my opinion. We build these pillars of support, which would be like 58, 38, 73. So we leave these pillars of support here as we work our way upwards. Or in other words, we're building the Jenga blocks up. When the first one fails, which is 73 in today's case, that's the beginning. And that's the kind of what tells you that the Jenga block has fallen and the pieces are starting to fall to the upside. And then that's when we can start feeling bearish and start taking some potential shorts. If you, yeah. So I hope that that's kind of, I hope that that analogy explains what the market kind of attempts to do. So right now, for example, if we were going to bounce off this support level, we need to kind of test this level, right? So we're going to squeeze, kind of back test, squeeze maybe here, whatever the case is, do that. And then maybe one trap, reclaim. Like we're trying to build this area up here. And when we do that, we build the Jenga block. We build the level of support. So when we build it, we have two choices at that point. This is the way I view it. If we had built it here, right? We have two choices. After the trap, we got to go up. And we need to get building at the level up top. So we don't want to come back here. We don't want to come back there and touch it. And when we fail this, after making it a support, then we flush. And that becomes a breakdown. So that's the way I view it. It's essentially just a giant game that the market is doing. Building supports, breaking them, or building supports, trapping, and ripping up. I work with a lot of Salvadorians, right? Yep. So I hope that analogy makes sense. I hope everything I've said kind of maybe provides some further insight or some type of value to you. But I think with today's stream, I'm definitely done. It's 10:24. I just don't want to be risking anymore. Let's see where this bleeding is going to stop. The shorts are still in control right now until a major level of resistance gets reclaimed. In other words, I will not be thinking any type of pop all the way until we get back above 38. That would be minimum. And even if we do get above 38, I'm only looking for a push to like maybe max 48.50 area. And then we would see if we were going to reverse and break down 38. Because right now the Bears have the ball right now. So that's how the game ends on the bear side whenever we reclaim a level of resistance. So it becomes backwards basically. We dump when we fail the first level of support, and now we reclaim any level of support. The squeeze begins back up. It's called blue jeans. All right, so I'm definitely done. Thank you all for tuning in today. I'll probably be posting up that other video with the way I traded over here, which was pretty nice. Or else I just might not. I don't know. But I got to try to work on, like I said, videos and stuff. I want to make them really nice and grow from them. So, and then that Discord is going to be coming soon. I'm not sure exactly when. I'm working on it. I mean, it could technically start tomorrow, but I want to do like a nice video launch for it, and maybe at 120 subscribers we'll do it, or 150, something like that. There'll be a little bit more people at least that could be potentially be engaged. So thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate the support. Unfortunately, I did not take too many trades today as I was already in the green, so I'm in profit protection mode. And yeah, I know we probably wanted to trade a little bit more, maybe get some different trades going, but I just got to follow my plan. Remember, this is money that I do. I got to preserve, right? I got to keep. So I'm not just going to come here and trade for the sake of trading, right? So thank you all. I'll see you here tomorrow if you want to tune in. And yeah, let's keep the green going, baby. Let's keep the green coming. Keep it coming. So peace. Oh yeah, and we passed another XFA today. We did. So we can feel good about that. I don't know if I should do another XFA activation. It's just, I mean, I don't know. Maybe. But we are into another XFA. Yes. All right, so peace. Thank you.